What's up, and welcome to another episode of Brew. Today we are back here in the Netherport City, and we are going to be doing something quite fun that has to do with that chunk of logs over there. And I am looking so forward to this. What we're doing today is the beginnings of. I really need to reinstall the Enderman like no griefing pack because this keeps happening and it's really annoying because they keep just randomly taking blocks and it's appearing places. Today, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be getting rid of that process. Well, we're going to be getting into the stage one of that, and by this I mean an automatic tree farm. I am tired of cutting down logs like this. This is very effective. This gets you tons of wood, of course. And of course, I am just kind of going at it piece by piece. But it is super tedious and annoying, and I just don't want to have to deal with it anymore. And so, I mean, I just kind of come back through here, do like one sweep, and I get, I don't know, a stack and a half or something like that of logs. It's pretty effective. But I want to be able to AFK overnight, have tons and tons of wood, and then also make it into a charcoal farm so I can actually just have infinite fuel. I think that sounds like a cool idea as well. But in order for us to do that, we have to get some resources gathered. I've been going through and figuring out what resources need to be gathered, and this is a list of things that we need, a variety of different. So most of this we have for to the fullest extent that we need. We need some more slime blocks. I'll just go down to find a slime chunk and just go and kill things. So that's not that big of a deal. And honey blocks. This is what we're doing today. We are getting automatic honey curation, I guess, honey gathering ready to go so we can have enough blocks. And we're going to be building over that way, and I think it's going to be really good. Now, I wanted to show you the end result interior. As you can see, there are more stuff on the bit thingy, the lighthouse. I have finished the interior, and I wanted to show you. One also thing, let's take a look up. You can see that I've been kind of taking some of your advice on the pathway that goes around the city here, and I hear what some of you are saying about the green being good, but I can't help but like this combination. One of you had suggested Podzol, which does have some kind of green in it, and I think that that helps tie these two together. But I really think that this would be a very, very dirty portion of the city because of all of this happening, and then also this is just going to be like a high traffic area, I think, for a variety of reasons, and we'll like it leads right into the market, and I think it would be a fairly high traffic area. So I think having it a little dirtier is good. Not going to remove any of the mossy bricks. I think those really sell the sliminess, but I wanted to bring in some dirt, and I think this helps make it look good. Now I do have it down there, so and I have all the terracotta left, so it's not like this is a big thing to change. I just wanted to show you this to see what y'all's opinion on this is. If you like the green stuff that's down there more, or how you like this Podzol coarse dirt mixture. But let's check out the interior. And just one little note, I'm having a little bit of audio issues. Not really sure what's going on, but I've been playing with the audio settings, so if you hear my voice cut in and out in those first few clips, or even any clips after this, I don't know what's happening. I'm trying to figure it out. So we've got the kitchen upstairs, and this area turned out really nice. I'm really happy with how this is looking. We've got some vegetables growing right here, some various different things on the counters, a nice turned on stove. And then this is more like an oven or something that can be cooking some like inside of it. And then we've got a pipe that leads on outside, and then bookshelves. There's some nice plants upstairs, and I think overall seating area turned out really nice. Really happy with it. So we've got some very basic bedrooms, nothing too particularly interesting happening here. El Baño right here, very simple, but gets the job done. And then of course we've got our 2 upstairs bedrooms, and I think this looks nice too. Got a nice little area here, and then the same on the other side. That door just leads out to the flowers. So very happy with how the interior turned out. Didn't really do too much here, just straighten this up. This was a little bit interesting, and so I added a little bit of flair to it just to make it look a little better. And then also made this into a little cabinet space. These are the beehives. I think they're the beehives, whatever they are. They're beehives or bee nests, and they have a slab and a sign to make it look like a cabinet being pulled out. I think that looks really nice. And then, oh, we've got this thingy here, and I think this has turned out really great. Using some nether plants to add a little bit of flair of red here with the green. And I think this turned out really nice. So this is the area, this is the like, oh, what's it called? Patio or something. Porch, whatever. On the side of the building. I think it looks really good. And then last thing would be upstairs here. We finished and put some flowers and stuff right here, and finished and put the beehive. So that is this interior fully done, and of course this area here. Oh, this is so cool. It's so vibrant in here. Super, super vibrant. And the flowers, of course, they are done as well on the outside. Now, as I said earlier, I just am tired of those trees. Tired of cutting those down, and we're going to be fixing that today. Or, well, not necessarily today. We're taking the first step today. And so these are all the materials that I've been gathering to build the automatic tree farm that I would like to make. And so we have most of the materials. The only thing that we're really missing is slime blocks, which I could just go and get. Honey blocks, and that's what we're tackling today, is the honey blocks. Now we had a little bit of a farm over here somewhere. Oh, I think it was in the Crescent Moon Inn. That's where it was. So previously it was here in the Crescent Moon Inn, which does need to be finished. I just don't have any ideas as to what I want this centerpiece to look like. So I've been holding off building that. But I have torn down our honey farm that was here, and we will be making this the full interior. So it wasn't going to stay here the entire time anyways. And yeah, I'm excited to do this build. And this honey farm is also going to add a little bit of context for this honey stand. And I think that's really kind of a cool little tie-in. And so there's going to be a little lore that's built around it. And yeah, I'm just very, very excited. Now, if you can't tell, then I have already fully built it. But as I said, OBS has some weird audio issues going on. So I have to fully change up how I was going to be doing this episode. And so that's a little annoying. And so we're just gonna roll with it and kind of hope that the time lapse turns out okay, and we'll just build the whole thing up and then do a little bit more on camera, I think. So let's go ahead and jump into a time lapse. Alrighty, guys. So here are the final builds, and I gotta say there are some things that obviously didn't make it into the time lapse. And I just letting you know, OBS is giving me such a horrid time with audio. I have re-recorded this particular clip like 5 times because the audio just isn't working. So hopefully this works out. Hopefully I've got the settings back to normal. I think it's something when I like replugged in things with my new monitor and got that all set up. Somehow the audio was affected. I don't really know how. I had to move my microphone to a different USB spot, and so maybe that's the issue. Don't know. But here are the final builds, and I think they are cool. So we're going to check out this in a second, but did some terraforming, as hopefully you saw, and got some of the mountainside here, or well, I guess a little cliffside here. I'm very happy with how this is turning out. Just gonna show, this is like the aesthetic that I want this whole entire like farming section of the city to be like, and I'm very happy with it. So here is the honey farm itself. Very quaint. Went for like a greenhouse style of build. Used a mythical sausage video as a sort of inspiration for both these houses, these like builds, and then tried to bring my own flair and also tried to make it more steampunky. These pipes didn't make it into the actual time lapse because of I was not planning on this build and this build being all in one time lapse. My plan was to have this be a time lapse, come back, talk about it, show it, do this in a really fast time lapse in a new style, but that didn't happen. So all in one, but that's okay. So here is the bee farm, and it is pretty good. It's very simple. Not going to go over the redstone. It's very simple, but I will leave a link in the description to the tutorial that I used to figure it out. I just wanted to show the redstones back here before filling up this backside wall. Not going to be anything like too particularly crazy. I may end up just doing more kelp. Not really sure. Haven't really decided, but let's take a look-see in here. You can see the bees roaming around. Now, I do need to do just a hair more work around here, so we're not totally done quite yet. But we've got the flowers in here. The bee nests are right here, and they are buzzing around making honey. And so we've got a fair amount of honey in each one of these, and it's pretty good. Oh gosh, there we go. It's pretty good. I've actually been able to gather up quite a bit. If we go down here into this chest, I think maybe this one. Yes. So we've got 47 honey blocks and counting. I mean, we're probably now at a stack with how much is in there. And so that is very cool, very exciting. So got a little pathway up and then the greenhouse. And the idea with these pipes, what I'm going for is that these pipes suck out the honey that is made by the bees, suck it out, and then they are, sorry, I had to make a little cut there. Mavericks was making a lot of noise. And so if you heard any of that noise in the background, sorry. As I was saying, the pipes suck out the honey, and then they feed into this building here and feed directly into this blackstone bit right here. Now this is supposed to be a sort of a honey aroma maker or honey, I don't know exactly what to call it. Just think like it's another product that they here at the honey farm make to sell at the honey stall that's over yonder. So they sell honey and other honey products. And so this was kind of an excuse to be able to put these pipes in. And I'm very happy with kind of the look of it. This is like a different type of steampunk aspect. Like a lot of times steampunk is purely just thought of as like water wheels and windmills and stuff. And I'm trying to think more in the ways of like automation in a sense, like using steam power or using piping and stuff to bring a little bit more interest to the build. So we've got these pipes here bringing in stuff. And so they're making this like almost like candles or essential oils or something like that for their honey stall, just to add another flair to their stall. So that's kind of what we're going for, is just like an interesting thing for them to sell. And I did do the interior here, as you can see. We'll get back there in just a sec. nice little interior here. We've got the bedroom right here, and then we have little kitchen, very small. And I really love the kelp block as a wall. I really, really love it. But here is the cool black stone, like, I don't even know what to call it. It's not a furnace or anything. The reason we're using blackstone is because of the gilded blackstone. It looks almost like honey has been dropped on the ground, and I think it looks very cool. I'm really actually quite happy. It's like matches perfectly with the yellows, and oh, I think it's cool. So we have this, and so the pipe feeds in from right there, feeds into this build right here, and then we've got like the connection that feeds it all into there. Got the smoke underneath to indicate that it's like steaming, and then we've got our activation button, which I guess does that. And so that is the build that we've got so far. Originally, I was going with this palette. I think it works for the sidewall. I think that it is nice for the sidewall, but I really love this kelp block texture for the regular walls, and these are cartography tables. This is potentially one of my new favorite blocks to use since we changed the texture to being this side texture on every single side. I think it's really, really cool. Now, there are 3 pipes here that go in. So these 2 right here are the honey ones. This one I'm going to lead down into the water as if it's sucking up water. And I think that will be very, very cool. Now, is this a cave? It is. Okay, we should do some exploring. There's a zombie over there. One thing we're going to need to do if we're going to build in this style, I'm thinking this is going to be the style for a lot of these farmhouse type of builds. And these smaller builds, I think it's going to be really cool to have like our own unique style for the, I'd say this is probably like a lower class area, not like poor or anything like that, but just lower class, not quite as bougie of a house. I mean, the size difference is pretty immense. And so we're going to have like these lower class buildings all scattered throughout here. They're going to be much further apart, I think, going to be much more like a farmland type of feel. I'm thinking this is going to be, this island area is going to be more of a hub for these like smaller houses. And we're going to have some more like small farm types of things. Maybe we'll have like an automatic kelp farm over here. And we can make like this bay area, we can maybe shallow it out a little bit, and or shallow out some part of it to where we're like it looks like a rice field or something like that, or like it is, or I guess you can do a actual like kelp farm. I think that could be really cool. So like right here, we could shallow it all out and make it so it's like, looks like it's growing kelp. I think that could be a really cool concept. But let me go ahead and do a little bit more work off a camera. I really want to try and do a lickety split type of time lapse, like 20 seconds. And then we'll come back, and I think that'll do it for this episode. A little bit janky of an episode, but we're getting there nonetheless. Well, guys, this video is going to be late, and I am very sorry. OBS is just being a pain in the tuchus right now. Really just a pain, and not really sure why. But that's okay. We've gotten a good amount of work done today, and as you can see, did a bit of terraforming here just to kind of lay out where I think the cliffs are going to be. Now, of course, it's going to be much more natural looking than this wall. But I wanted to almost make like a nature path to where this pathway, like these buildings are going to be the 2 main ones here. There's going to be like a path that leads, maybe there'll be a building here, a building out there, and then it leads on up over to here. And then maybe we have like a bridge that goes up to here, or a bridge that goes down to there, because my beacon is, well, it's somewhere. The beacon beam should be appearing. I don't know why it's not. It's right over here. There it is. Beacon beam's right there, and we're going to make a quarry Eventually, we'll make a quarry over this way, if we can get up here. Boom. Right here on this mountainside, you can see where torches are. That is just a stairway that goes down. I was going to make like all of this land and make a quarry of sorts kind of like carved into this mountain. And so I thought that could be kind of an interesting like lead up to, we could even have the quarry take up a part of this area right here, like right here maybe. And then that leads down to where the beacon is. But this area is going to be a nice farming area, so I wanted to make it a little bit more spaced out, a little bit more less cramped than the city area over there. Thought that would be a more fitting for this style and a little bit more fitting for the area. And so off camera, I'll try and do some beautification on this area up here, get some bushes and flowers and grass and trees in. And then, yeah, I think it's going to be really nice. A nice change of pace. So when we get tired of building like this style, we can go over there, build a bit in that style, and then come back and forth as we please. But guys, I think that is going to have to do it for this episode, because man, oh man, has it been a hassle to do, because holy, I don't know what's wrong with OBS. OBS has been a pain in the tuchus to mess with. But we have quite a bit of honey going on. Very happy with how this is turning out. And so I'm just going to be AFKing here every now and again to just get some honey going. Also, I think I'm going to change this block. This is the petrified oak slab. We have a recipe for it. I think I'm going to change the recipe and the texture to be requiring dirt and coarse dirt to make this. It'll either require coarse dirt or dirt. I don't know which one. But I'm going to make this coarse dirt slabs instead. I think that's just a more useful use case than just having oak. I think while this is a cool idea for, interesting trees, I think that this just, I don't know. I don't think it needs to be, just this texture. I think that the dirt slab will be a whole lot more useful in path designs, which will be a lot more common than like a custom oak tree. But I will do that off a camera. And also, just to update you on the texture pack real quick before we go, I have been working on it. It's just been, work's been crazy, and I just have, it's hard to get the motivation to do creative work outside of my actual like 8 to 5 job, or 9 to 5 job, I guess is the saying. Because it's just, I don't know, like building in Minecraft is one avenue of creativity that I can like uncover and like go about and have inspiration for. But doing textures is essentially like a I don't want to say a dumbed down version of my job, but it's, I mean, kind of, it's like a more limited style of what my actual job is. So I just don't have as much motivation to really tackle a whole lot of textures all at once. Oops, I hit space twice. And so I've been kind of struggling with that to get the motivation, but I am going to be trying to do that here in the next few weeks to really wrap up. Some of the glazed terracottas have also been really just like, I have no idea what to like make them, because I just can't think of any textures that I would want. So some of those textures may be unique. Some of those may just be like scaled down versions of the, or like the what would they be, 32 by 32 like 4 block type of texture. I may just do that, because then we can just use them, and I don't ever use them, essentially, is the issue. So I have a hard time getting motivated to do anything with them, because I still don't know how much I'll actually use them. Like, I've made a couple new textures and I just don't use them because they're kind of a hassle to make. And I just, yeah, I don't know. So just wanted to update you on that. Just some motivation issues with that. And so I'm going to try and get over that and get to work on making those. I have made a few new bed textures that I'm not going to show yet because I'm not happy with them, but those are on the way, and so hopefully I'll be able to have an update for you guys and do a little bit of a texture update portion of the video, maybe next week or in the next like couple of weeks. But I think that's going to have to do it for this episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed this kind of interesting take on steampunk with more of a pipe feel. And oh, if you didn't see, I did add the pipe that goes into the water over here. I think that is a nice addition. Just shows where this pipe is coming from. I think that's nice. And I hope you guys like this style. A little different than, actually quite different than that style over there. But I think it's a nice change of pace, and I've been not uninspired over there. It's just that build took it out of me, and I needed a change of pace. So hopefully you like this style. Hopefully, if you have any ideas as to what can go over here, definitely let me know. I'm gonna make like a kelp farm, I think, over here, and then I also and then we'll make like an automated one. But I think that is one of the next things we'll tackle after the wood farm. So look forward to that. If you're looking for like a wood farm to go for, I will be making one next episode. And I have all the materials for it. So happy day. So thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like in real life, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.